Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog Podcast, this time discussing main range release from Big Finish, number 207, You Are the Doctor, and other stories. Now, the McCoy era, for a lot of people, is the Marmite of Doctor Who. It is the love it or hate it period. Now, I'm going to put my cards on the table. As well, you know, after 500 and odd episodes, I love the McCoy era. And this box set is an epitome, an example, a moment from the McCoy era, because it feels so much like something you could have got on TV. Now, Big Finish have decided every so often to do 4 stories over 2 discs. They're shorter stories, they're not the short trips, they are full cast. But here we have something, yes, there is an overriding arc, but you've got something very different. In fact, you've got 4 very different somethings. Before I start talking about the stories, I just need to say that this is a great release. Yes, it might not be for everyone, but as far as I'm concerned, it's simply marvellous. So let's review them one at a time. You Are the Doctor, the story that gives its name to the actual release. Now, if you're of a certain age and a certain geekiness, you will remember those fighting fantasy novels. Please bear with me, because that format, that choose-your-own-adventure format, has been used here, except it kind of hasn't. It's part of the narrative. It's a trick. Yes, I do kind of get to listen to my audios in the car or on a nice MP3 player, if I can ever find it. But here, there are 2 ways of listening to this story. You can choose to skip to certain tracks, to listen to a story of your own choosing. But if you listen to it straight through, in one narrative go, you get to experience the other choices, the things that are less doctory, the things that are more of a concept. And this is harder to explain than it is to listen to by a substantial margin. I don't want to say any more about this because it will spoil the entire thrust of the narrative and the reason that the narrative is like this. Here's the synopsis. You are the Doctor, a mysterious traveller in time and space. Will you succeed in foiling the ghastly plans of the horrible Porcians, the most inept invaders in all of the cosmos, or will you get yourself killed over and over again? You can probably read between the lines and figure things out for yourself there, so I won't say any more. But it's a remarkably clever idea, and it does work. And a tiny part of me wants, well, an entire Doctor Who story done like this. Something more complicated, something less humorous, because there is a lot of comedy here, and there is a lot of comedy across all 4. Which brings me to Come Dine With Me. Yes, it's a play on words of Come Dine With Me, but we can leave that one there. It's by Jamie Anderson, and the synopsis reads, a spooky old house, a body in the library, a killer on the loose. The Doctor accepts the challenge laid down by the sinister Mr. Norris to solve the murder mystery that defeated 1,868 of the greatest intellects in the universe, and counting. It's a scary old house. It's a murder mystery you'd expect. But it only lasts about half an hour, so it's ideal for those short trips. Though it's not a short trip, I mean like on a bus journey, you know what I mean. Again, getting on to story number 3, The Grand Beetlejuice Hotel. Christopher Cooper's here. By Christopher Cooper. The TARDIS brings the Doctor and Ace to the most opulent casino hotel in the cosmos, a haunt of the rich, the famous, and utterly corrupt. There's a robbery in progress, but is the Doctor really in on the plan? It's a lovely little story and something that I think could have worked across 4 discs, especially in the earlier sort of 70s of the range, but we're up to 207 now. Finally, we have Dead to the World. A tourist spaceship, the Daedalus, hangs suspended in space, but all 3 of its passengers having fallen victim to a bizarre infection. But the Doctor saves those last survivors. He risks destroying the entire human race. This last story is just brilliant. The villains themselves are and I will not tell you. Because they are so Seventh Doctor as to make you go, wasn't that done on TV? And of course it wasn't. Wasn't that done in the Virgin Adventures? And no, it wasn't. The monsters here are brilliantly well thought out. They are genius. And so we have the overriding thoughts, because the TARDIS seems to be seeking someone, and that could be the theme for the new trilogy. But as I suspect this isn't actually part of a trilogy, because we've got some Davison starting very soon. We'll obviously be coming back to this. Is it a white TARDIS, black TARDIS moment? I just don't know. Oh yes, and Ace seems to be being trained up to fly the TARDIS. Interesting. I must figure out where Hex fits in with the whole storyline connected with the... chronology. The chronology is coming to get me. Leave me alone, chronology. Sorry, I've rambled. Look, I'll leave you to it. Listen to the trailer and decide for yourself. So until next time, be seeing you.
Coming soon from Big Finish Productions. Doctor Who. You Are the Doctor.
Life's full of difficult decisions for a wandering Time Lord, isn't it? One way there's peril, another there's danger.
That is the sexiest thing I have ever heard.
An old country house, a scream, an ever-decreasing number of dinner guests, a murder mystery. Is the ship running low on rations?
Oh no, there's more to go round since everyone started dying.
I thought I heard a scream a moment or two ago.
Doctor, there's no need to worry. It's just a game. And soon it will be your turn to play.
The accused will now confirm they confess to any and all crimes with which they are about to be charged. How do you plead?
We're trying to help.
The accused has confessed. Let the prosecution commence.
Okay. Sinister moaning from nowhere. Oh, I really hate these spooky old places.
This is mad! I haven't killed anyone!
What exactly am I waiting for?
Same thing we're all waiting for, Doctor. Death.
Make the right choices or you will die.
And where is this professor now?
Gone.
Big Finish. We love stories.
You've been listening to the Doctor Who Tin Dog Podcast. Available on RSS, iTunes, Audioboom, Tumblr, and wherever podcasts are found. Why not become a supporter of the show by visiting patreon.com/tindog. Doctor Who and its associated properties are copyright of the BBC and no infringement is intended. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.